It's 11:40 at night, your phone is face up on the bed, and it's the brightest thing in the room. It's a headline about layoffs at a company like yours, or at yours. You read it once, you put it down, then you pick it up and read it again. And this time, you read the comments, which makes it worse. And in the morning, you get up, you go to work, and you act completely normal. Nobody at work knows you are awake. The sentence in your head isn't, "I'm worried about the economy." No, it's much smaller than that, and it's uglier. It's most likely something like this: "I don't know if I'm going to be next." You never said it out loud, not to anyone, not even the person next to you. There are two things in your head right now, and they feel exactly the same. One is real, the other one isn't. I'll show you how to tell them apart. It takes a minute in the dark without getting out of bed. And I'll tell you what a man who spent 7 years as a prisoner of war noticed about the ones who didn't make it back home. You're not being dramatic. I know that's the verdict you've handed to yourself, that you're overreacting, that everyone else seems fine, that if you were any good at your job, you wouldn't be scared. Let me take that one off of you. It isn't true, and it's costing you more than the headline is. You're not reading it wrong. It is an uncertain situation. The trouble is, your body can't tell. Uncertain from dangerous, that is. So we spend the whole night getting ready for dangerous. You can't talk your body out of that. I've tried. What helped me wasn't a fact. It was a sentence. You see, about 5 years ago, a friend told me something I've never been able to shake. She said, "You can't let negative thoughts rent space in your head." She said it to me a few times while I was going through a hard stretch, and it still sticks with me today. So recently, I wanted to use her statement as my own. So eventually, I did what we all do. I Googled it. The oldest version I could find in print is from a rabbi named Abraham Twersky in 1988. And he said that he wasn't talking about negative thoughts at all. But what he wrote was, hanging on to resentment is letting someone you don't like live rent-free inside your head. Allow me to say that again. Hanging on to resentment is letting someone you don't like live rent-free inside your head, which makes it better for this episode, not worse. Because at 11:40 at night, the thing renting space in your head isn't a person, it's a date, a decision nobody has made yet, and by people not thinking about you at all. And it's in your house, in your bed, paying nothing. So, those two things. The first is evidence, what actually happened. A headline does exist. A meeting got moved. Your manager said a sentence with specific words in it. The second is forecast, what your mind built on top of it. It's the list you wrote at midnight with your own name crossed off. At noon, you can tell those apart without trying. At midnight, you can't. That isn't a flaw in us. It's what a tired brain does. It fills the gaps with the worst thing it can think of and hands it to you like news. So here's why I trust that. It isn't mine either. A writer named Jim Collins once sat down with a man named James Stockdale. He was a naval officer and spent 7.5 years as a prisoner of war in Vietnam. No release date. No idea if there would ever be a release date for him. Collins asked him who didn't make it out. Stockdale said, "Oh, that's easy. The optimists." Collins didn't understand, so Stockdale explained. The optimists were the ones who said, "We'll be out by Christmas." And Christmas would come and Christmas would go. Then it was the ones who said Easter. Easter would come, Easter would go. Then Thanksgiving. Then Christmas again. And Stockdale said they died of a broken heart. Sit with that. It wasn't the camp that killed them, it was the date. Now, your job is not at a prison camp. I won't insult you by pretending those belong in the same sentence. But the shape of it is the same, and it fits inside a bedroom. Those men weren't broken by where they were broken by a date they had fallen in love with. And every date they set was a bill that came due when the day arrived and nothing had changed. We set those type of dates as well. After the next round of cuts, once things settle down, if I can just get to the next quarter, that becomes our date. So, 3 questions, not to fix it, to sort it. 1, what do I actually know? Just the facts, not what you think they mean. There was a headline, not there's a headline, which means this. That list is always shorter than you expect and much more boring. That's the point. The boring part is the medicine. 2, what do I need to ask and who can answer it? There's usually one question and one person who can answer it, and that's it. That's the only thing you can do tonight. Not 30 things, just 1. 3, what can't be known until Monday? And then the part everybody skips. Write the question down. Don't answer it. Write it. Because here's what your brain's been doing for 40 minutes. It's been rehearsing, running the conversation, changing your answer, running it again, and you have now won the argument 9 times with that person who is already asleep. At midnight, it feels like preparing. It isn't. Preparing gives you something. Rehearsing just gives you another lap in your head. There's a study I keep coming back to. 57 people in a sleep lab. 5 minutes of writing before bed. The ones who wrote down what was still ahead of them fell asleep about 9 minutes faster. And the more specific they got, the faster they went to sleep. You see, putting it on paper didn't make them worry more, it let them stop carrying it. Let me make this a touch more real. Say it's Tuesday. Your meeting with your boss got moved to Thursday. No reason given. There was a headline that morning. Now the evidence, a meeting moved, a headline exists. Forecast, they've made a list, and Thursday is where I find out. So I write 6 words on an envelope. Ask Thursday, is this about me? And then I put the pen down, and it's genuinely, unsatisfyingly over for the night. Now the part nobody talks about, the harder half, the morning. You get up after 4 hours of sleep, you log on and you play the part of someone who did get a good night's sleep. You're bright in the morning meeting. You put extra warmth in the message. You laugh a little too hard at something your boss says that isn't funny at all. Maybe you volunteer for something you don't have time for because somewhere in your head is an old idea that if you're useful enough, you're safe. And that performance is exhausting in a way that nobody sees, including you. You've never once counted it as work. Counted as work. You didn't have a hard night and then a normal day. You had a hard night and then a second hard job. So when you're wrecked at 2 in the afternoon, that isn't you failing to cope. You already worked a shift nobody saw. Now the honest part. Some of you have been waiting for it. Nothing in this video makes your job safer. I can't tell you it'll be fine because I don't know. Anyone who says they do know is guessing. And some of you will come through untouched and some of you won't. Nothing you sort out at midnight changes which one you are. That's the hard part. Here's the other half, because Stockdale had 2. He said, never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, which means be honest about tonight. Don't give up on the end of the story. Both at the same time, no date and no despair. And what that buys you is this. You stop paying for it twice. Once if it happens, and again every night in advance, for something that may never come to fruition. The second one is the only payment you get a choice about, and it isn't nothing. It's your sleep. It's your patience. It's how much of you is in the room with the people in your house. So tonight, if it's late and the phone's in your hand and you've read the same headline twice, one thing, write the question. The one question for the one person who can answer it. Then put the phone somewhere that isn't in the bed. That's the whole ask. You aren't fixing your industry tonight. You're allowed to stop, and stopping doesn't mean you stop caring, because the people who care least oftentimes sleep just fine. Two more things. The comment section on this video, I like it for it to be useful. So I'll go first, pinned at the top. If you've been lying awake over this, then say yours. 4 words, not a paragraph. I think a lot of people are about to find out how many other people are up late at night. And if somebody came to mind while you were watching this video, the one who's been a little too cheerful lately but keeps on saying, yeah, I'm all good, in a voice that isn't really theirs, send this to them. Don't write anything with it, just send it to them. They'll know. And that line my friend gave me, it doesn't get the room. Not the bed, not the ceiling, not 4 in the morning. Whatever it turns out to be, it can wait outside like everybody else. You are allowed to stop tonight, and stopping doesn't mean you've stopped caring.